we have 3 working horses and 1 riding horse. My wife likes to ride and I like to work. No? We have 18 hectares of vineyards. 18? 18. We have, okay, let me describe a project called Vegetable Island. Vegetable Island. The idea of Vegetable Island is to develop an area of vineyard, 1 vineyard, vegetable gardening, fruits, composting, seeding and so on, all with working horses. Why? Because with the school, we give some 12 courses a year because there's great interest in working horses. But particularly people who want to return to farming. Or when I say return to farming, people who have never farmed before and live a lot with ideals. Okay, they're crazy, and when they dirty their hands, they'll come to reality in a way. No, but we get a lot of young people who want to come towards farming, and their questions are, can we do this with working horses? Now, the question is a varied question. Why would we ask this question? One would certainly be economic, because if you have to buy tractors, equipment, insurance, and everything else, it's a very, not only a big expense, but a commitment to spending as well. With 1 working horse and a handful of tools, you're farming. There's no question about it. It's a very, very different financial approach, let's say, okay? So the idea of Vegetable Island was, 1, could we give young people an idea of how they could start farming activity, you know, with a horse and a handful of tools and just get on with it, you know, with 10,000 euros and away we are farming. So this area, Vegetable Island, and I called it Vegetable Island more for the children because, you know, something mysterious about Vegetable Island, and there's a lake anyway. But there are vegetables, fruits, a vineyard, forests, seeding fields, composting. We do all the dynamization there because there's no electricity or anything in the area. And so the idea was to develop a farming reality of some, how many hectares would it be? About 4 or 5 hectares, including the forest, that was animal traction, variety. Now I created this word that I'm not using, pluridynamics, okay? Just to give people like myself who have monocultures a bit of a push. No, because a lot of us have either inherited or have developed monocultures, which is another reason for disease, imbalance, and the need and the lack of animals on our farms. So this pluri or polydynamics was the idea of creating variety in our work and the idea of renewable and sustainable energy systems. So that we could give young people an idea of how they could approach farming in a healthy way, an economically accessible way, with biodynamic culture, which goes behind the scene of things and will lead us to a future. As with regards to our work, the island itself, as I call it, is only horses, but it has a vineyard of 1 hectare and a third. I work another 3 vineyards of about 3.5 to 4 hectares, and the others are worked by tractor. But one thing I'm doing now, I'm changing my approach actually, because I've been 2 people with 1 horse is a common formula. But if you have a good tool carrier, you can have 2 horses with 1 person. And this year, we're starting to work in this way, which we can cover more vineyards at less cost of manpower, because that's the difficult equation. In the vegetable garden, we work with 2 people, which is nice to do anyway. You know, I like those dynamics. But in the vineyards this year, we will adopt working a small carriage with tools, so that we might do more vineyards. We do all the forestry with horses, and so as I said, vegetable gardening and these vineyards.